Hi guys, welcome to Man United Gang. Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0. What a tough game it was, but it seems like Leeds United learned from their past mistakes and therefore they did not want to make any other mistake. They knew if they leave spaces behind, then Manchester United will punish them. So they were very organized and they managed to work their defensive shape, and the game ended into a 0-0 draw. But in this video, I'm going to do the player ratings for Manchester United players. I'm going to rate them out of 10, and 5 is going to be the average. So we're going to see how individual players performed in that game. But let's get started. So it all started with the lineup that Ole decided to send out. Remember, goalkeeper was Dean Henderson. Then the back four was just the way I predicted in Ole's best starting 11. So the right back was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The centre backs were Lindelof and Maguire. Of course, you know that. Then the left back was Luke Shaw. In the midfield, double pivot, Mctominay and Fred. Then in front, Bruno Fernandez, number 10 spot, Daniel James on the right, Rashford on the left, and finally Greenwood was the striker. So that was the lineup that Ole decided to go with. Why didn't we win this game? It is because Ole decided to play players who are not creative enough. If you look at Mctominay and Fred, they are not that creative. If you look at Daniel James, no disrespect to Daniel James, but you know he's not a creative player. Of course, he has pace, his work rate is good, but when it comes to creativity and when it matters, Dan James most likely will not produce results, and that is what cost us in this game. Then we did not move the ball quicker. I remember I was watching the game shouting, move the ball quicker, but they were not just moving the ball quickly. And I want to thank Victor Lindelof for trying the long passes. At least he was trying, he had vision. Apart from Victor Lindelof, I don't see any other player who had vision. Of course, Bruno Fernandez is a vision player, but you know, he did not get service at all because of Mctominay and Fred being slow and sideways passing. And that is what cost us the game. But anyway, let us get into the player ratings and then we see how our players performed. So I'm going to start with Dean Henderson as the goalkeeper. Remember, David De Gea, these days he's not starting in the Premier League. So Dean Henderson is the one that has taken that spot and he's doing fantastically well. So how did he perform? I don't think he had much to do. In fact, he was just relaxing. I cannot remember any time Leeds threatened our goal. So definitely Dean Henderson had a good game and I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. So Dean Henderson gets 6 out of 10. So also let me know what you think about how I'm rating our players. Do you think I'm fair or I am unfair? You can as well write your ratings in the comment section, then we will respond to them. But Dean Henderson gets a 6 out of 10. Then we move to the full backs, and then we are going to start with the right back, that is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. To me, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is man of the match. He was very fantastic in this game, no doubt whatsoever. Aaron Wan-Bissaka going forward good, defensively good, very solid. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka will get a 8 out of 10. Wan-Bissaka is the man of the match. Then we move to Victor Lindelof and Maguire. I'm going to start with Victor Lindelof. How do I think Victor Lindelof performed? In fact, I can say generally defensively we were very solid. Leeds did not threaten us whatsoever. Bamford could not even get a shot. Leave alone even a shot. Bamford could not even get the ball. And that tells you how we were solid defensively. So Victor Lindelof, apart from the mistake he did giving the ball away in a very dangerous place, I don't see anything that he did wrong in that game. So Victor Lindelof also gets a 6 out of 10. He was very good defensively. What about Harry Maguire? Harry Maguire, again, the same as Victor Lindelof, good composure, a good defending, and that gives him a 6 out of 10. So they both get 6 out of 10. Then we move to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, in fact, played very, very well. Going forward, good. Defensively, good. And Luke Shaw, remember, he has been our best player for this season, and therefore I think he can even take the best player of the year. So Luke Shaw in this game, I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. He was very, very good. Luke Shaw was very, very good. Then we move into the midfield. Into the midfield, we had Mctominay and Fred, and I'm going to start with Fred. Fred played very, very well. I think he played very, very well. Apart from bad decisions at times, but I think his work rate was very, very good. So Fred, to me, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. He had a good game. Fred gets a 6 out of 10. Then we move to Mctominay. I don't think Mctominay had a good game, and I don't understand why he played the 90 minutes, because his passing was poor, his decision making was poor, he did not move the ball quickly. He was just an average player according to me. So McTominay did not perform very, very well, and I think that is what killed us in the midfield. In fact, he was dominated by Calvin Phillips. McTominay could not do anything. So I think McTominay gets an average 5 out of 10. McTominay gets 5 out of 10 because he did not play that well. Then let us move into the front. I'm going to start with the right wing, Daniel James. Daniel James, apart from his work rate, apart from his energy, I don't think Dan James is that player who can give you goals. Remember, Dan James is a very good player when teams play leaving spaces. So I think Ole decided to start him because he knew Leeds are going to leave spaces behind. But Ole this time around, Leeds figured it out and they were not leaving any spaces. So Dan James did not have anywhere to run to, and so he was nullified and he did not have a good game. In fact, Dan James cost us the best chance in the game where Bruno could have scored. So Dan James, I think he had a below average game, and I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. That is according to me. So also let me know what you think about Dan James. Do you think he played that well, or he was just a passive player in the pitch? According to me, he was just a passive player. Apart from his work rate, I did not see any other thing that James did. Then we move to Bruno Fernandez. Bruno Fernandez, of course, I've said he did not receive the ball because of playing McTominay and Fred behind him, and that is what cost us the game. McTominay and Fred are very slow. They cannot pass the ball quickly. They cannot pass that killer pass that can open defense. So you see, that is a problem for Manchester United. So Bruno Fernandes did not have a good game. I think he had an average game, but there were best chances and moments in the game where he could have scored, but I think it was not just his day. So Bruno Fernandes, according to me, gets a 6 out of 10. Bruno Fernandes was just average. He did not do anything wrong, but he did not get the ball, and that is what cost him. So he gets a 6 out of 10. Then we move to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, again, he made good runs. Lindelof spotted him so many times, but the pass could not just be the perfect pass. But I think generally he played very, very well. And remember, Marcus Rashford is carrying an injury, and you can still see he performs very, very well. So Marcus Rashford gets a 6 out of 10. I think he did not play that badly. Then we move to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood again would be the man of the match. He was very, very good. His composure was very, very good. His passing range was very, very good. So I think Mason Greenwood would get a 7 out of 10. I don't think he was that better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So he gets a 7 out of 10. Then we move to the substitutes. So the first substitute was done by Ole at 75 minutes, and that is Pogba went in and Dan James went out. So I don't understand why Dan James could have played 75 minutes. I think he could have just played 45 minutes, then Pogba comes in. So when Pogba came in, the time was not there for Pogba to do magic. So you can see Pogba did not do anything. So therefore, Pogba will just get a 6 out of 10 because of time. Pogba could not do anything, but I think he had a good game. Then another substitute that was made is that Rashford went out and Cavani came in. And therefore, Cavani again did not get any service, and there was no time for Cavani to do anything. Remember, he came in at around 82 minutes. So you can see the time was not there for Cavani to do anything. So I still give him a 6 out of 10. I liked his work rate. Then the last substitute that Ole made, Fred went out and Donny van de Beek came in. And you can see the time that Donny van de Beek was given was only 2 minutes. Donny van de Beek came in at 88 minutes. So you can imagine how that time is. A player cannot do anything if he comes in at 88 minutes. So I don't blame Donny van de Beek, but I think he played very, very well. Remember, Donny van de Beek plays a one-touch pass, and move, and that is a good game to open up defense. So according to me, Donny van de Beek gets a 6 out of 10. I think he played very, very well, even though he did not have time to do much. Then what about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, our manager? Our manager did not have a good game. His substitutions came in very, very late. You can imagine he started to make substitutions at 75 minutes. You can see there is no time for any player to do anything. In fact, he brought in world-class players, Paul Pogba, Edinson Cavani, and Donny van de Beek. But because of time, they did not do anything. So I think Ole made a wrong decision. So according to me, Ole had an average game, and therefore I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. So also let me know what you think about how I have rated our players, but according to me, I think that is how they played in this game. So I want to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to support the channel. You can only support the channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that in case any video comes out, you are the first to watch. But for now, I want to thank you and I want to say goodbye.